Have you ever wondered why Stoics seem to possess an enviable level of peace and tranquility? Well, the answer lies in the ancient Greek philosophy of Stoicism. Rooted in the wisdom of great minds like Epictetus, Seneca, and Marcus Aurelius, Stoicism is more than just a philosophy. It's a way of life that teaches acceptance of reality as it is and control over one's emotional responses. Stoicism might be centuries old, but its teachings are still relevant and applicable in our modern life. From managing stress to making wise decisions, Stoicism offers practical strategies for navigating the complexities of our world. Today, we're going to explore 8 behaviors that Stoics consciously avoid. These behaviors, while seemingly common in our society, are considered detrimental to our mental well-being and overall life satisfaction, according to the Stoic principles. So, ready to discover a new perspective on life? Let's dive into these 8 behaviors and understand why you should avoid them too. First on our list is the Stoic avoidance of excessive pleasure. You see, the Stoics, like the great philosopher Epictetus, believed that pleasure was not inherently bad, but they warned against indulging in it excessively. Why? Because they held that too much pleasure could lead to a loss of self-control, and ultimately, to suffering. This view is echoed in the words of another renowned Stoic, Marcus Aurelius, who cautioned against being swept away by the seductive power of pleasure, which he saw as a pitfall that could distract one from the true goals of life. In the Stoic worldview, the pursuit of virtue and wisdom was paramount. Pleasure, while not to be shunned entirely, was to be enjoyed in moderation and never allowed to become the driving force of one's life. Excessive pleasure, according to the Stoics, distracts us from the pursuit of virtue and wisdom. And so, the Stoics practiced moderation, placing the pursuit of a virtuous life above fleeting sensory delights. Number 2 on our list is the avoidance of complaining. Stoic philosophers like Seneca encouraged us to accept reality as it is, rather than bemoaning our circumstances. Picture yourself in ancient Greece, listening to Seneca as he says, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." Stoics didn't see any point in complaining about their lot in life. Instead, they accepted what they couldn't change and focused on what they could. In the grand theater of life, they saw complaining as a futile act, a mere distraction from the essential task of self-improvement. To complain is to reject the world as it is and to waste precious energy on what cannot be changed. Instead, the Stoics encouraged us to channel that energy into constructive actions, into endurance, resilience, and wisdom. They believed that by accepting the world as it is, we free ourselves from the burden of dissatisfaction. Complaining for the Stoics is a waste of energy that could be used to improve our situation. Thirdly, Stoics avoid gossip. Now you might wonder why. Gossiping for the Stoics is a harmful and unproductive habit that breeds negativity and mistrust. The great Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "Small-minded people blame others. Average people blame themselves. The wise see all blame as foolishness." In essence, gossip is a form of blame, a critique of others behind their back. It's a quicksand that pulls you into a world of judgment and speculation, straying you from the path of virtue and wisdom. Gossip not only damages the reputation of others, but it also corrodes the character of the one spreading it. It creates a cycle of negativity that the Stoics believed to be entirely unnecessary and avoidable. Marcus Aurelius, another prominent Stoic philosopher, advised, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good person should be. Be one." By avoiding gossip, we practice empathy, respect, and honesty, the hallmarks of a good character. Gossip, according to the Stoics, not only harms others, but it also degrades our own character. Fourth on our list is the avoidance of negative emotions. This is a defining characteristic of Stoic philosophy. Stoics placed great emphasis on emotional resilience, viewing it as a key to tranquility and a virtuous life. Unlike what some may think, Stoicism doesn't advocate for emotionless existence. Instead, it encourages us to understand our emotions, especially negative ones, and not let them dictate our lives. Let's take a page from the book of the great Stoic philosopher, Epictetus. He once said, "Men are disturbed not by things, but by the view which they take of them." It's a reminder that our emotions are shaped more by our perceptions than by reality. By mastering our minds, we can alter our emotional responses, transforming adversity into an opportunity for growth. Seneca, another notable Stoic, echoed this sentiment, asserting that a gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials. Negative emotions for the Stoics are obstacles that hinder our path to virtue and tranquility. Fifth, Stoics avoid dependency on external factors. This principle is rooted in the Stoic belief in self-reliance. Stoics hold that we should strive to be masters of our own happiness, rather than outsourcing it to unpredictable external circumstances. Take, for example, the Stoic philosopher Epictetus. He was born a slave, yet he found happiness in the realm of his own mind, where external factors could not intrude. He famously stated, "People are disturbed not by things, but by the principles and notions which they form concerning things." Dependency on external factors, such as wealth, approval, or success, can lead to a fragile existence. A sudden change in circumstance can shatter the illusion of happiness. This is why Stoics counsel a focus on internal virtues, such as wisdom, courage, and integrity. These are things within our control, sources of true and enduring happiness. Dependency on external factors for the Stoics is a path to disappointment and suffering. Scene script. Sixth, Stoics avoid idle talk. The Stoics held a profound understanding of the value of time and mental energy. They believed that these were precious commodities, not to be wasted on frivolous chatter or meaningless gossip. They saw idle talk as a distraction, a detour from the path of philosophy and wisdom. The eminent Stoic philosopher Seneca once said, "We are not given a short life, but we make it short, and we are not ill-supplied but wasteful of it." This quote encapsulates the Stoic view on idle talk. It's not about avoiding social interaction or becoming a recluse, but rather about engaging in conversations of substance and value. It's about making every word count, every conversation meaningful. Stoics believed in focusing their energy on actions and ideas that contribute to personal growth and societal progress. Idle talk, according to the Stoics, is a waste of our precious time and energy. Seventh, Stoics avoid vain ambitions. Ambition in itself is not a negative aspect. However, the Stoics were wary of vain ambitions, those that are hollow, self-serving, and devoid of real substance. They believed that such ambitions lead us away from our true selves, and instead into a never-ending pursuit of superficial goals. Take Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor and a Stoic philosopher. He was at the pinnacle of power, and yet he cautioned against the lure of vain glory. He once wrote, "A man's worth is no greater than his ambitions." He meant that our value lies not in what we seek to gain for ourselves, but in our desire to contribute to the greater good. Seneca, another prominent Stoic, echoed similar sentiments. He warned that vain ambitions could lead to a lifetime of discontent as we chase after empty dreams. Instead, he advised focusing on personal growth and contributing to society. Vain ambitions for the Stoics are distractions from the pursuit of wisdom and virtue. Finally, Stoics avoid seeking public approval. They firmly believe in self-validation, a concept that stands as a pillar in the philosophical teachings of Stoicism. Stoics argue that the pursuit of approval from others is an endeavor fraught with pitfalls and disappointments. Epictetus, a well-known Stoic philosopher, once said, "Man is disturbed not by things, but by the views he takes of them." By this, he means that our peace of mind is not determined by the opinions of others, but by how we perceive ourselves. Seneca, another renowned Stoic, warned against the dangers of seeking public approval. He stated, "He who studies with a philosopher should take away with him some one good thing every day. He should daily return home a sounder man, or on the way to becoming sounder." This implies that the only approval one should seek is one's own. Seeking public approval, according to the Stoics, is a path to insecurity and discontent. After exploring these 8 behaviors, one may ask, why should I care about Stoicism today? The answer lies in the timeless wisdom that these principles offer. From avoiding excessive pleasure to shunning vain ambitions, Stoicism provides a roadmap for a balanced life, promoting resilience and tranquility in the face of adversity. In a world marked by constant change and uncertainty, the Stoic philosophy encourages us not to be swayed by external factors, but to focus on what's within our control, our actions and our responses. It teaches us to shun idle talk and gossip, and to seek approval not from the public, but from our own conscience. So whether it's navigating the complexities of modern life or dealing with personal struggles, Stoicism's relevance cannot be overstated. It's not just an ancient philosophy, but a practical guide for living a fulfilling life. In the words of Marcus Aurelius, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one."